Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the I Digress podcast. Today, it has been a fantastic day. We went for a walk this morning and it was bloody windy. We had a live representation on Instagram. We had three listeners. That was interesting. And then the weather decided to turn up at 5 o'clock and we were just sitting there like, why turn up now? Anyway, before I carry on, we are re-welcomed to our co-host of the year. It is the Bearded Wizard, the untitled nemesis, the man who will stand up for anything people deem unusual. It's Neil Methven.
Arrest the Killers of Breonna Taylor.
Powerful.
I just like to make sure it just,
I actually think we should probably do something about that. I respect that. And he is someone we know, the next man that I'm having for you today. He is Eats Beats, the next Dr. Dre, Mr. Mac Attack himself, the man who will make FL Studio the most premium sound design engine out there. It's Hafiz.
What's up, guys?
I do not even know what that means.
I don't know where that's going, but
Yeah,
hey, thanks for the compliments.
I don't even write these down. You can tell.
Oh, you can tell.
Oh my days. Oh, we have a very thrown together section today. It's going to be an episode that we didn't really plan, but it's going to be amazing. And with that, let's dive straight in.
I digress.
Music.
You know what? I always forget that as soon as I start talking again, you're just going to cut it from there. Like this bit right now will be just after the thing.
Yep.
But as we were sitting, it's
just normal.
See, like the audience get the best parts of it, but we just.
Well,
have
it's
to
because
sit
you
in.
do all the technical work.
Oh, you're just the talent. Is
Yeah,
that?
that's
So
me.
We got Feast and Neil, the talent that I milk like the cows they are. I just see those udders and I'm like.
Oh, jeez, that's going to sound so
Can
bad.
we not do that again?
Okay, guys, our first topic of the day. We have guys buying sanitary towel for his wife. So, for context on this, I actually saw this story this morning when I was going through my regular Google News updates. Literally, this man went into Tesco. I believe it was in Manchester. I was telling Neil about it this morning, and it actually got my back up because he literally went in. His wife ran out of the sanitary towels for the month. You know how it goes. And he was a bit nervous already, walked in, she was on FaceTime with him just to make sure he got the right ones. He went there, the ones that she usually gets wasn't there, and he was just asking like, oh, let me show you, just make sure I get something that's a bit suitable as the next best. And lady, we're going to call her Karen because exactly, you know why. It's basically, she just started on him out of nowhere. He saw that he was on his phone to his wife, started shouting that he was a pervert, saying that he was filming her, making inappropriate comments and just being overall uncomfortable, and he just didn't know where it was coming from. She's just screaming at him, goes to the manager, right? Goes to the manager, brings him over, comes up with a store assistant, and then the manager confronts him being like, we heard that you've been inappropriate to this woman and that you've been sexually harassing her, etc., etc. And he was just like still on FaceTime with his wife, just sitting there like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm here with my wife, I'm trying to buy sanitary towels with her. And the managers didn't really give him too much time of day and just said, look, just buy the sanitary towels and just be on your way. Meanwhile, this Karen is screaming in the background that he should be arrested, call the police, this man is a pervert, he needs to be arrested. And he said to the paper, he went into his car after buying the sanitary towels and just cried, just straight up cried. His wife just couldn't stop apologizing to him for it even occurring. And he was so embarrassed that he couldn't even contain the emotion. It was just something that just didn't need to happen. And I don't even know why. Why? I'm sure some people are listening to this and have probably done something for their significant others before. It could even be a sister, mother, like anyone. It doesn't even need to buy the sanitary towels around. It shouldn't be stigmatized like that. And it just puts men on edge to just do anything like that in the future. I don't know, like, what are you guys' thoughts?
I mean, I guess like it could have been anyone as well. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was if the Karen was fucking taking objection because she thought she was getting filmed or something. One, like he already was like, no, I'm on FaceTime. Any normal person's gonna be like, oh, and then they should be embarrassed for just fucking freaking out about it. But Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. Like, it's total bullshit. Like, you don't need a reason to go and buy anything. Why would it even matter? Like, if somebody's going to challenge him, he shouldn't need a reason to be like, oh, don't worry, I'm buying them for my wife. What if he wasn't? What if he was just buying them because he was like, I don't know, let's say he'd never actually had one, or never actually used one, or seen one before. Like, it doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck
I
if
can
he's
tell you
actually
the
buying
first
them?
time I ever bought one for my ex, like, she ran out, and I was just like, right, okay, I'll just run to the store and get you one.
Yeah.
And I got there and I was like, okay, there's different sizes,
Mate,
and colors.
Have you seen that meme that's on Instagram? It's like the guy says he goes out, he's like away to buy them, and he's like, he sends her a picture of two of them, and it's like one's like this like black looking package, and one's like a woman running on it, and he's like, babe, are you looking for sport mode, or are you feeling more of a secret agent vibe? I'm just like,
I remember like when I did the first thing that caught my eyes was the price. I was like, why are they so expensive?
Oh my god,
dude.
Like, it scared me.
Although I saw a thing recently that was like, it was either just Scotland or the UK saying that they're gonna or they already have like abolished the tax on it.
Yeah.
Because
Try and reduce the price of it.
because it's like an essential product. It's like, you know how like there's no tax on kids' clothes and stuff as well.
It just doesn't make sense. Like how
Well, they're an essential as well.
The mad thing is, you can go to uni and get free condoms,
You can't, but you can't.
but you can't get free tampons. And
That's kind of changed.
I've
That's
seen
kind
them
of changed
in
now, because in my
bathrooms.
uni you did
Really?
get girls who get free tampons now.
in bathrooms and stuff in schools and unis. I think now you get.
At my uni, I'm a graduate now. I can't even say that.
Yeah,
anymore.
to be honest, we're old. I mean, your brother basically made us realize how old we are.
Yeah.
Days, but it is insane. There's probably a lot of girls just saying there like you don't even know the half of it.
Gus sitting there being like, "Yeah, we fucking know." Yeah,
We've been growing up with this for their entire lives.
I don't know if this is a conversation we want to have, but like from that, what I explained about that woman and the guy shouting at him, that's something like society needs to get better at. Because I know guys can be stupid, guys do dumb things every now and then, and we can be overpowering in certain situations.
Yeah.
But I feel like society needs to get better and actually looking at the detail rather than just dismissing everything. Because we have seen situations where, I mean, do you guys remember the video? I can't remember the lady's name. She's a celebrity. I think it's on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or something like that, where she released a video pretending she got kidnapped.
Was it Doja Cat?
It wasn't Doja Cat.
No.
No, the guy that did it. No, there was remember the fucking dude from Power.
Oh, you think Jay Simile or something?
Maybe he basically he tried to say that he was victim of a hate crime.
Yeah, no, Jussie Simile.
Yeah, no,
From,
yeah.
From Empire.
Yeah, and it was like he eventually got found out that he like set it up himself and
Yeah,
shit.
it was told backward. No, we like to refer to him as the French actor from Empire. The French actor.
I thought his name was like Jussie Smollett.
That's something like, but French. He's a French actor.
Why?
That is what we have to preface.
I just found the video here.
Okay. I don't know why you're emphasizing the French thing so much.
I just want that to be
Anyway,
what sticks out
that's
most.
not actually the one I'm speaking about. This one's about a girl called Ellie Sigmund, and she posted a TikTok video of her pretending like she showed bruises on her face, blah blah blah, pretending she got kidnapped, and literally begged for help and asked for people to like donate to her OnlyFans and things like that. Until when everything got uncovered that she was lying, it was all fake and things like that. And it's little things like that I'm just like, we really need to look at details more before we jump into conclusion. I
think that is the society we live in, that we want to believe that these things are happening and quickly defend whatever's coming our way. But it's like, we need to actually put in the work. And
it was just like the Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lanez situation where everyone was just like, Meg Thee Stallion's lying. There's no way Tory Lanez was sure. And like, I can understand where people are coming from, because Tory Lanez was having one of the biggest years of any celebrity could have.
Think, why?
He like literally created quarantine radio, got a bag from YouTube, got a bag from Apple, got a bag from Instagram. It was literally just got released. Like, he was just a free agent in his like record label.
Oh man, where's
he
my
do whatever
bags?
he wants.
I started this in quarantine. Where's my bags?
Yeah, but you didn't do Tory Lanez level.
Come on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give me some.
So yeah, he did all that, and no one believed he shot her. But statements have come out that he was drunk. Apparently, he'd sent her a private message after he went publicly to say she was lying. Yeah, he sent her a private message being like, "Yo, my bad. I was just too drunk that night. I shouldn't have shot you in the foot."
It's
blah,
like,
blah, blah.
how do you not think that's going to be not used against you?
It's
People are
crazy.
stupid, man.
But yeah, no, this one. So that's you guys. I mean, the viewers, the listeners can't see it, but
I know
like,
he's propping up the news articles on the
but
Insider.
this is the where is this one?
Wait, so she did this and was like, donate to all my shit. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
and then eventually she was like, jokes.
Yeah, you can see like all the fake bruises on the legs and stuff.
That's
makeup.
fucked, man.
And there's one of her face somewhere. If I
Think
can
about the
find it.
people that'd be like absolutely like just terrified.
You
Yeah.
know,
of that stuff as well.
the real message to take from that is not just to be like, oh, we need to work hard. It is that doing this just takes away from the real stuff that's happening. And I
Yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
people who are actually getting bruised or attacked to feel less inclined to deal with the police, because we shouldn't
Yeah,
victim
because
blame.
Yeah,
For once, I sound more like Neil.
Yeah,
but
man, look at you. What? I'm
It's the-
proud of you, man. I'm so proud.
As the gin and tonic, I'm feeling a bit more loose.
on a lighter note though. Wait, you don't have an OnlyFans. You've got
Not yet.
you have what's it called?
Not yet. Patreon.
You have Patreon.
Give him like.
But
6 months.
let's say you had an OnlyFans, right? What's your
Michael
thoughts on
Padua would be my only subscriber. But continue.
right? Let's say you had an OnlyFans. How do you feel about Bella Thorne literally messing up the game for everyone else?
Mad as hell. Literally, that is actually a really good thing that we haven't. I don't know why I haven't touched on. I think there was no cap on how much you could tip on OnlyFans, but now because Bella Thorne basically messed up the entire thing, it's all capped at 200, and some people are making that as a full-time income.
What was she basically just being like? You need to tip me at least X amount or something.
No, basically she announced. So this was like. So last year she released a porno that apparently won like awards and stuff because of how good and different it was. I've not seen it, so I couldn't comment on it.
Sure.
But
Well,
We'll
whatever.
do some research.
We'll
later.
do some research later. Not together, obviously. But
What do you mean?
but yeah, so following that, she's kind of like coming to light because people are like, oh, ex-Disney star does like this and this and this and that now.
Yeah.
So when she announced she was going to have an OnlyFans page, everyone was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
this
like,
is the girl I
this is
grew up
gonna be
watching
legit.
and Disney is about to post all these things. Which is crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
And like, so everyone subscribed to her page, and apparently what was released was like literally just her and just normal pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, it wasn't even nudes.
It was nothing crazy.
She advertised it as nudes, but basically said...
I don't think she advertised as nudes.
No, that's the thing. I wanted to double check. She definitely marketed it as like, oh, these are going to be my nudes, but it was like very sort of tasteful, like soft pictures. Everyone just demanded a refund straight away, and a lot of people put in a lot of money, and because of that, OnlyFans were like, we don't have all these cash on hand to give back straight away. So because of her, they capped it, how much people can tip. And a lot of people were just basically saying that she's gentrifying sex work. And it's like, it heavily impacts the sex workers who are making a proper income from OnlyFans. And now she's basically come on already having money, fucked it up for everyone. And now everyone's got to suffer the consequences while she can go back to her mansion and just kind of chill off her Disney money.
Yeah, she made
Sticking up for
2 million.
Aye, man, what's happening?
Sticking up for sex workers, man. Look at you. You are doing so well.
Oh, this
This is just me giving him the alley oops. He's just dunking them. It's like bang, bang.
So, he sounds like a good person today. This is
La
incredible.
Barn Jams!
But yeah, no. But everyone else that uses like OnlyFans are just mad because like they can't even make an income from it now because people are so hip to the game and expect everything to be fake. But then again, I don't know why people think when people mention OnlyFans, because OnlyFans doesn't say, "Oh, this is where you come to get all your exclusive pics."
True.
It doesn't say that. It's just OnlyFans. It's literally called OnlyFans. So whatever I give, it's only for my fans.
Well, surely it just works the same as a Patreon.
Yeah,
right?
it
just
is. It's
leans
basically the
into that
same,
more.
but it's just OnlyFans started off as what people see it as now.
Yeah, it's basically because it's got that connotation now that everyone just expects nudity and expects like whatever, but it is just a different platform page. And technically better because the OnlyFans don't take as high a percentage as Patreon.
That's interesting.
They only take about, I think, like 1.5 to 2% depending on how much you're making, and they don't heavily tax the person on their country's tax.
Do you guys know who Summer Walker is, the artist?
No.
Ah, never mind then. Never mind
I
then.
was like,
Because I was going to tell you about how like she's winning. Like she went and created her own website for her fans. Like she's not using OnlyFans or anything. Guess what the website's called?
what was it?
I just want. You guys guess.
Walker's
Summer
Dream?
Summer wanker.
Okay, you tried.
Walker's Dream.
Okay, you guys are really off, but it's called Galacta Horse.
Wow.
That was my next guess.
I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway, she's a great artist. I don't know why she has that, but she seems to love it. She interacts with
Galacta horse.
Yeah. She doesn't even post anything like crazy there. It's just like She just called it that, and that's for her and her fans.
To be honest, that's going to be my Instagram page. The page that we set up for this podcast, at my Digress on Instagram. Join up.
At my Digress.
Yes, we
Nice.
try to get rid of any full stops, underscores, so that it's easier to type for all you lazy buggers out there.
Even though it sounds like I digress.
My Digress.
So what happens when someone else takes I Digress?
They already have. I've looked.
Yeah.
I Digress and
We're
But
working
I
on it.
Digress are just empty pages that
We're working
someone
on
has taken.
I love how I've claimed, well, whenever you type that, it just comes up with my name on it.
annoying. So annoying.
He's going to take that out, isn't he?
But that's the next form, though. The next
He's going to take it out, I know.
the next form is basically trying to build my own page, so I don't have to give everyone a percentage of the money.
I know someone that can actually help you with that. But we'll
Because-
speak offline about
Yeah,
that.
we'll do that. Because, like, just to give a note to Michael, because I know he's listening to this, Paddy, like, your money you're paying, I think you pay like £12.40 or something. You're paying the tax that would be deducted off me, and the £10 a month that I would be advertising, 20% of that goes to tax, percentage is taken to Patreon, and then just to transfer that money via, say, PayPal to go straight into my account, they take off another percentage. I think it's like £1 if you use PayPal, or 50p if you use Swipe. So for every £10 you donate, I only see about £6.30, I believe. So it's a really weird system. You basically making your own website.
It's not,
See
so
someone-
that's weird, because
someone
if you're
profit.
making a lot of money, it's not a lot.
No, that's the thing. But it's also, if you're making a lot of money, it makes sense to branch out to get an app.
Just picks on the little guy though.
Yeah, it is one of those that it's like, it's helpful if you're starting out.
So you saying that, I know we're not going to speak about the whole Spotify Joe Budden thing, but I would leave it.
No,
'Cause,
I
you know,
can't bite the
because,
hand
you
that
know,
feeds me.
Rob's scared. Rob's scared,
I'm
man.
just like, I'm small. If I start punching up, it could damage me when they try and give me that sort of deal that Joe Rogan has. Mate, you guys be laughing, but you'd be asking for a cut if I got 500 milli from
Oh, you really...
Spotify on the
Nah,
podcast.
to be fair, you really need to listen to that whole thing, because, like,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Joe Rogan has also ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, but
Because it doesn't matter how good your podcast is. Like, Joe Rogan is going to be the
bring out
bar.
the big dogs.
Yeah.
They're like, if Joe Rogan's getting this, you're not getting that.
Yeah.
And, like...
Well, that's unless we make it better.
Well,
product.
this is why everyone needs to listen to the Joe Budden thing, because it's actually very so
I get
basically
mixed
I'm
up.
not gonna go into details because I know you're scared, but basically Joe Budden it's like had all this, like, he's had a show on
Yeah.
Spotify for 2 years now, and when they got his show to be exclusive on Spotify, they did it as a test, because that was before they had loads of podcasting shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so he was number one all the time for like a year straight.
Yeah.
Then they bought all these different podcasting shows that were meant to knock his stuff, because like they were like the big
Is
money
this Joe
podcasts.
Budden or Joe Rogan?
Joe Budden.
Okay.
So this is like, so they bought like Parcast and like Mogul, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And all these podcasts are like really big for like a lot of money onto Spotify as exclusives, thinking, right, this is the big investment, it's going to want us to
Yeah.
make us money. But for like a year and a half,
It's not
Joe
working.
Budden was just still number one
Still
every time. So all these other podcasts are being brought in, and they're getting like insane amount of money. And you have the number one show on Spotify being like, yo, can we renegotiate our contracts? You know,
Yeah.
no one's been able to knock off the crown for like a whole year.
That's the thing,
Or
though.
2 years. And Spotify was like, nah, it's in the contract, and like, no, just decking them around. But anyway, that's why I'm going to leave it,
Well,
because
that's it, 'cause,
I don't want to say
buying,
too much.
Buying talent doesn't equate to getting more listeners.
Mm.
People are going to listen to what they
The
listen
fucking Scottie Pippins of the podcast world, like,
Yeah.
they signed their contract and that.
Michelle Obama is in the
Deal with
podcasting world on
I
Spotify
saw
as well,
that.
yeah.
I've not actually listened to any of her stuff. I just want everyone to listen to my podcast. To be honest. I actually make a habit of not plugging any other podcasts except my own.
What does Michelle Obama have that we don't?
She was the
married to Barack
first
Obama.
lady.
Nah, we got that. Don't worry about it.
But what she
I mean, I wasn't
doesn't
actually
have-
looking for an answer to that, but thanks, guys. They're like,
She doesn't have our charisma, great opinions, and just natural chemistry. I don't know. We're
you're right.
pretty good.
You're right.
Amy
though.
Schumer had
Okay.
one as well, but that didn't work
Yeah,
out well.
it's Amy Schumer. She sucks.
Oh,
She's
I
not even
don't-
funny.
Yeah, I don't find Amy Schumer that funny either.
Anyway, let's stop hating. What's next? Actually, this is gonna
Next
be
topic.
this is actually hate. I just
This is
saw
when
the
you guys
topic.
start hating.
They're just going through people just being like, so I don't like you. But yeah, next topic.
Hey, Christmas is lit. Christmas lit. Miss. It's lit. It's lit.
This is something that's been coming up in the news quite frequently. It's the Adele controversy. I'm sure everyone's probably heard about this by now. If you
Well,
haven't.
I only saw like one photo of her with like
Yeah.
I don't even know what you call the hairdo, but
The Bantu knots.
Bantu knots. Okay, so yeah, so it's her. Yeah, she's in like a Jamaican flag bikini, and she's
Yeah.
got like those Bantu knots in. That's all I've seen.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean,
all I
what's
know.
your take on it? I'd be curious just to get everyone's take.
Well, I mean, I don't know. She's just done her hair like in a way, and she's wearing that kind of thing. I don't know if she had like. Wait, was she not going out with like? Is she still going out with Skepta?
Skepta, I think.
Was
it
she?
was. She was.
Yeah,
going
I
with
think
Skepta
I think she
at
might
one
still
point.
be. I don't know. Anyway,
Or
I actually have no
Jamie,
idea.
whatever
But
the drill.
like, so I don't really like. What I don't really see what the thing is. Like, maybe it's cultural appropriation. I don't know. I still don't quite understand that to its fullest. If I'm
this
being
is my
honest.
take on it. I think
But-
it's just people looking for shit. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing to it. Like, she's clearly at a festival. Looks like where she's
Say
dressed
that
up.
this is like not that long ago because that was still be during Rona.
Yeah, no, this was.
You speak like people weren't doing things during Rona anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think she
like-
was like the festival was supposed to take place, but it didn't because of coronavirus.
Or was it Carnival maybe?
Yeah, so she was just
Okay.
like, let me just dress up this way and have like a little, like a
Or like a Rowan
homage.
one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
an homage to the festival. Just be like, this
Homage.
is what.
There was one comment I read the first time I saw that image, and it was a girl going on about, because I'll let you guys see this, the necklace she has on, where she said it was like a symbol for slaves with that exact patterns and stuff. And I was just like,
I didn't even.
I was like,
register
okay,
that.
fair enough. I don't know that, and I didn't fact check it to.
Yeah, but it's hard to get.
But
all
the
those
thing is,
details.
though, she just seems to be in a situation where she's dressed up for something that she's clearly enjoying at the moment, having
Yeah,
fun with
yeah,
people.
yeah.
It's not like she has like put it on and made it like her everyday style, because
No.
then that would be stealing.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I don't even know if you call it stealing, but it's like a weird one where you don't want to be like, okay, no one can try. It's like Neil coming when he came over to my house yesterday and tried Nigerian food. And I was like, no, you can't have that. Cultural, yeah.
Like there's a
Like,
difference. Like I feel like
You
that's
can't
the-
experience any.
Like,
Yeah,
that's the key difference. I would say, like, there's a difference between appreciating and appropriating. Like,
Yeah.
you can't always jump to cultural appropriation. Like, the people whose culture it is, they want it to be appreciated. Loads
Yeah.
of Jamaicans
Yeah.
jump to her defense to be like,
Yeah.
she is not wearing this for like a Halloween costume or throwing like a themed party or taking the piss.
Mm-hmm.
She is she's representing Carnival Hill Festival, which is a Jamaican festival, doing Bantu knots. Because again, if we look at Adele's history, she grew up in Tottenham.
Exactly.
She grew up in an area in Tottenham that's surrounded by this culture. Like she grew up so much in this culture. She could have more claim to this culture than the people who are trying to call her out for it.
It'd be
for
the kind of thing,
appropriating.
right? Imagine would it not be kind of similar to, for example, say you guys were having like a big, or like one of you were having like a big family event or something,
Yeah.
right? To celebrate the kind of African side
Yeah.
of your family, or you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know what the like the kind
The
of formal
attire,
dress
yeah.
is, right? That you guys had kind of.
Oh, at my wedding, you're wearing a Nigerian attire. You
Well, that's
better
what I mean,
know
right?
that.
So if you were to turn up and there was like, and you were like, Neil, everybody's wearing these, like, do you want to wear it? I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
But then if somebody was to take my photo and be like, Neil, what are you doing? Why not wearing a kilt? I'd be
Yeah.
like, well,
It's a Nigerian
I'm,
wedding.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm just getting involved with
You're being part of the whole thing going on.
Yeah, I'm just getting involved with it. Like,
Or if you were like
it's a
taking
similar
part
thing
of
to
like
that,
the
right?
ritual or praying or whatever, you're not picking.
Yeah,
the piss.
and you know, I would as well. That's the thing.
You
I
would like
say-
study up and be like,
I'm surprised
get
people
involved.
never said to me when I used to wear kilts at work, being like, that's cultural appropriation. Because it's like,
I mean,
Mate,
technically,
yeah,
yeah.
no way.
because it's one of those things that's like, if they're not taking the piss out of it, if they're actually enjoying themselves in that situation
Getting
and
involved,
respecting
yeah.
everything, it's like, that's fine.
It
But
is.
then if they go and redesign it and try and sell it as their own, then that's
Oh,
cultural
yeah.
appropriation.
And also just like taking the piss of like, see what I would say is cultural appropriation for Scottish people. Do you know those like hats with the ginger hair sticking out of it?
Oh,
Everyone just
see
taking
you,
the
Jimmy
piss.
hats.
Yeah, like taking the piss out of gingers and be like, oh, I'm so Scottish.
Well, yeah, to be
Yeah.
fair, I mean, if I turned up to that same event we're talking about and I had like cornrows in, you might be a bit like, Neil, come on. So that's that's the difference. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It's such a fine line, but
yeah.
it is still clear what is taking the piss and what's just
Yeah.
appreciating someone else's culture.
Do you guys think cultural appropriation will never be a thing at some point?
I hope so. I'm pushing for it because you know what annoys me is that no one jumps when it's the appropriation of like, say, like Irish culture or Scottish culture or say French culture. Culture is not
Yeah.
necessarily a color, which I feel like people are trying to tie it in with color. It's culture is culture. You do not have
Yeah.
to be of a certain
Yeah.
race to be
I
a part
agree.
of that culture.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people do not even realize that
Yeah.
Adele identifies with that sort of culture. And it's just like, who are you to say she's appropriating? Do you know her? Do you know
Yeah.
her personal life? You don't. So like,
That's another good point. Like
Shut
some
the fuck
people
up.
just speak without like realizing, what if this person actually grew up around a lot of Jamaicans?
yeah, that's
What does that
how's
say?
that
Like,
appropriate?
yeah. I mean, Neil had jollof rice the other day. Now he's gonna start doing the shaku dance.
Man,
I don't know what that is, but
I'll
I
show
think
you
I'd be
one day.
great at
I'll
it.
teach you. I'll teach you. It's
I
fine.
can't wait till he gets his African girlfriend. Man. It's just
So for
gonna
the
start-
audience listening,
They
so my
said that's so
family has
intimidating.
promised Neil and Rob as well
what's your saying?
an African girlfriend.
Nah,
I don't know
it's-
why they said African girlfriend, but hey,
Yeah, that's true.
he's getting an African girlfriend.
I know my mum's listening to this and she's like, no.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna, we don't need to go into that.
You need to edit that out. You need to edit that out.
No, I'll leave it in, but we're not gonna get into details.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah.
But yeah, we all agree that people just need to leave Adele alone.
Yeah.
Like she's had one of the most interesting years as well.
Mate, how much do they need to get on Adele's ass?
Yeah,
Like,
she lost
loses
weight. No, sorry. When she was bigger, people hated.
Yeah.
She lost weight, they
Hated
hated.
her.
She looks like she's having fun, they're hating.
her.
They just all people want is just like overweight, sad Adele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And like so she makes that, but like fuck that.
Make
man.
your Fire in the Rain songs. This is what we paid
Yeah.
for. I want that 22 album.
Hey, Christmas is lit. Christmas lit. Miss. It's lit. It's lit.
This next topic I'm a bit scared of, I'm not gonna lie.
So Neil, you want to take lead?
We saw on Instagram, I think it was like people were slating this new film that's on Netflix called Cuties, or I believe the French title is Mignon, right? Something like that. And people are just basically freaking out about it because they're like, it's sexualization of young girls, okay? And these girls are like 11 or 12 or something. And yeah, I watched it and I was like, this seems weird. Like, why would Netflix basically put up something like this? Put up a film like that. So we kind of talked about it and we're like, this is weird. Why is this film up here, basically? So we decided we're just going to put the film on and watch it, right? And so I can see, and we agreed as well, we can see what the director's thing is. And the director's kind of stance is that it's all about this young girl who's basically part of like a deeply religious family in Paris. She's like a Senegalese immigrant, and like her family and stuff are mad, just like mad devoted and live their lives really, really strictly Islam. And there's like a quote at the very start of the movie where I think her, I don't know if it's her mum or something, it's some basically figure anyway, and it is like, your main goal in life should be to find an appropriate husband and to have like a grandiose wedding. But then this girl basically joins this dance troupe and becomes pretty much overtly sexualized, and the kids are trying to grow up too fast.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is basically, it's supposed to make you uncomfortable to see these like young girls doing these like sexual dances and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that side of the film,
Like
I
the
think,
message is clear. It's
Yeah.
like a coming of age film. It's showing you that girls are trying to, especially in this day and age, are trying to live grown up too quickly instead of just trying to be a kid.
yeah,
And everything in our sort of Western society is trying to like over sexualize younger children. It's just
well, and it's showing this girl growing up into like heavily like patriarchal.
opposing
Well, no,
patriarchal,
but
yeah.
it's also they're just two like heavily like male dominated things because it's like it's such like a patriarchal like oppressive situation for both sides because it's the just overt sexualization and then just the overt oppression of women where their like main goal is to get married to a man.
Yeah.
Right. But so I think that whole thing is good. That commentary on it is just saying how tough these girls have it.
Which is why I can see why a lot of people have praised it, like especially directors and
like
commentators.
because like NME and Empire, I looked at their reviews and they were like quite positive, but I can also 100% see
Can understand the audience criticism
yeah,
of it as
because the fucking rehearsal scenes and stuff make you super uncomfortable.
really-
Yeah,
it's
they
really hard
go
to
on for
watch.
so long as well, and just the camera angles.
Yeah, it's just like
It's what we
bits-
spoke about.
Yeah.
It just hangs on it too much, and some of the scenes are just too long. Where it's
Yeah,
just like,
Yeah.
this
You're
is
like
a bit,
like you just need to see like a clip of it and it make you uncomfortable, and then they just need to kind of
like get the message across, but don't lose the message.
yeah. It's just like especially like at the end, there's like the sort of like dance
Payoff
bit that they
concept,
do,
yeah.
and you can see like it shows the audience looking uncomfortable, looking weird about it, but like it plays it off like a music video too.
Yeah.
And you're like, stop! Like we
And
we were all turning away from the
Yeah,
screen, just
it's
like, what the fuck?
It doesn't emphasize the awkward uncomfortableness. It puts too much emphasis on the
dance.
the dance and like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
moves of
But
the kids.
Then again, I feel like
It's
that was
so
probably the
lit.
goal of the director, to make us feel like,
As
why is
uncomfortable
this
as possible.
going
Yeah.
on
Yeah, maybe.
for this long?
Yeah, maybe.
It's like that scene in the movie with what's the guy from Star Wars that plays Obi-Wan? What's his name? Trainspotting. You know the scene with the dead baby.
First one, first
Yeah,
Trainspotting,
remember
that
the
was
scene with the
intense,
dead
yeah.
baby where they just
Yeah.
focused on it to make everyone really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's
That's
kind of like
intense.
the same vibe you get.
True.
But the one thing I kind of like, I think I mentioned this to you guys when we were watching it. The thing I liked about the movie was the fact that, like, I know we always say parents should do their best to look after their kids, but it kind of gives teachers to have a look into, especially if they're not from the same background.
Yeah.
Gives teachers like an insight to what it's like for like kids who are from different places to
Grown up with
how
that kind of
things can
life,
affect
yeah.
them when they're seeing kids do things they can't do in their homes,
Yeah.
and like how much contrast there is to like two realities trying to like merge. Because she's dealing with like her auntie being like, when I was your age, which is 11, she was already like
Getting married,
get set
having
to
a
be
kid.
married, have kids. Then she has this other kids who are actually having fun, but in an overly sexualized way. But they were free to be themselves, and she's like trying to like find this balance. So it's kind of one of those things where I was like, okay, this is nice for like teachers to see, because people always just think whenever kids are sad, it's just like, oh my god, there's a boy involved, or they just got shouted at home. But it could be way more deeper than that.
Yeah.
It could just be like, or you're in this environment where you want to express yourself more.
Well, even in that film though as well, like the girl is just so desperate to make friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that she's doing all this stuff as well. You see what she's acting out. She's fucking like she attacks another girl.
Yeah,
like, the
just to, like,
dance
defend
stuff,
her
just to
groups.
have just to try and
Yeah.
get friends.
Just to
like
get
her and
closer
stuff.
to her. And she felt like she had to do too much too soon. She had to like really push herself just to like
Yeah.
match up with her friends. And like that's the thing is the messages that are put into it are powerful and do sort of help get that message across. I just feel like there was could have been adjustments.
I think it lost a bit of focus
But-
at the end.
Yeah.
Well, towards the end, I should say,
I feel-
because
and also it just felt like it really went off in a tangent
Yeah.
when she had that realization. I didn't feel the build up to that too much.
Yeah.
It just felt like she was really feeling empowered by the dance, and then all of a sudden
yeah,
She kind of
I
goes,
fucked up.
"Oh no, I can't," and then runs
Yeah.
away and stuff. Has like a moment realization, but
Just
yeah.
sort of like, oh, I can't do this. I'm gone.
it is weird, but it also shows like how much parents need to have conversations with
Yeah.
their kids, because you can't just be strict all the time and like just you
Yeah.
know.
But I really think people should watch it. I think whoever's listening, look up on Netflix.
I think
Cuties
parents
and
should
just-
watch it without their kids.
No
being
kids
there.
present. It is a 15
Yeah.
plus. So I would
Not
say
even
it
just
should be
because
18,
of that.
but-
Not even just because of that. It's just so they can really, really
Yeah.
soak it in and understand.
but
Like,
it is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like just to
Pre-warning,
see that
it
kind of
is hard to watch, especially certain scenes. But it is a dive into current day and age, like 2020. This is what girls
Like,
of that age
Don't
are
get us
doing.
wrong either. We don't have any experience being a young girl. We were
No.
all
what do you
obviously
mean?
we grew up. We grew up boys. Like, but
Yeah,
man, like
but we can empathize.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
this is why we need more women on this pod. You know, next week.
who are you today?
basically, all I'd say is
I'm
if-
so impressed with you today, Rob.
I am also a bit tipsy, so I don't want to lose
Stop
my
giving
edge.
excuses. Just embrace it.
No.
the one thing
I'm the
I'd say though
controversy,
is if you have an older sister or a younger sister, this movie does hit you differently.
Yeah.
Like it just,
To be fair, yeah,
it just hits you in a certain way where you're not even looking at the character's face. All you can picture is your like sister's face on the character. Just
Yeah.
like, wow, what if they're going through this and you don't know? And this is where you need to like. This is where again, as siblings, you need to make sure you speak to your siblings and make sure everyone's good. But anyway,
I was thinking if Neil did have a sister, I'd tap that 100%. Older, of course.
Rob.
Oh my god.
I was really happy he said older.
I was about to like.
Yeah, I was about
just
to like, Rob, we're speaking about 11-year girls here.
Oh my.
Oh my god, no, older. Yeah, that was a really wrong time to jump in there. I just wanted to get my edge back.
Okay,
gonna-
after Rob's
You gonna-
kerfuffle.
You gonna cut that?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
After
to
Rob's kerfuffle
Make that
there.
a bit.
Okay, after Rob's comment there. No, right. Just cut everything I've said after before that. So
After before that.
I don't know.
Keeping all this in.
So, what would you guys actually rate the movie out of 10 then?
Tough. Like,
don't.
don't give it. It's like 4 if I was to take away some of those scenes, I'd be like messaging and the storyline and how it sort of grew the characters, showing the struggle. I'd rate it highly, like sort of 8 out of 10. But if I had to like take the whole film overall, I'd still maybe give it like a 4 or 5 because like the message is good to give it a high rating, but the loss in sort of focus and overhanging of those scenes brings it down as well. So it's kind of like I just give it as a middle rating, to be honest.
I'll be honest, like I don't even have no clue how I would rate it because if I was to rate a film, it'd be a film that I was watching for enjoyment.
Yeah.
This was purely us watching it to try and like form an opinion on it, critique it. Like, and none of us know anything, like nothing about filmmaking.
Yeah.
But I think when I did watch it, I couldn't give it a score because I'm not going to compare it to any other film I've really watched because, as I say, they were all for entertainment, and this was just it was just weird, man. It was just creepy, and
do you know what?
I couldn't give you a rating. Like I couldn't.
No, I was just saying that. I think what the better angle to take this film is if they did a documentary.
The documentary would have worked because you can't. So this is something
like
they've always spoken about.
Real, so
Yeah,
you can't.
But
Really,
I think that's what they're trying to do.
or if they did like a mockumentary, maybe.
Well, this is what I was gonna say. If you look at shows like Last Chance U and like
they
the
don't really
one,
do much dancing in those.
So in Last Chance U, you see all these kids. Yeah, shut up. You know what I mean. But in Last Chance U, you see all these kids struggling. Like one of the scenes with like Isaiah Wright, for instance, you can see him struggling after his concussion, literally dying on the floor, literally struggling with like a bad head pain, throwing up all over the place, and the camera crew just recording. Could you imagine the moral grounds that would come out if they tried to do a documentary based on cues?
Yeah, that's 100% true.
So it's like one of those ones where it's just like, I think this is probably the best way they could have done it.
To be honest, the message needs to be said, but there was never going to be a great outcome from people's opinions. It was going to be a little bit of a fallout.
But there is that weird thing that we did say as well, where like the amount of time it lingers and has shots that are them all just like weird, like young girls like.
I wish you guys recorded my face through it. It was just like,
it's just super uncomfortable.
But like the amount of time it has for that, like for like pedos and shit, just to actually see
Yeah.
that, like, they would actually.
that's actually some of the comments I saw,
Which
online
and, like,
as well.
And like
You're
they're not
giving
wrong,
them content,
which is the real huge downside of it. I get
that's
it as
the
well.
bad side of it, because you're like, you shouldn't be giving them. It is like when I think about 13 Reasons Why, when they sort of romanticized suicide.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're giving people that almost edge to be like, is this how people are going to see me?
Yeah, which is the thing, so that it's not okay. Yeah.
Right.
The question I've also got for you guys, last one, is
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a fair movie to to be judging them on, but do you think, based on the actings from those kids, do you think any of them have got like a real shot of being like, you know?
I thought they were all really good at actually playing the roles.
Yeah.
Like that for like
The main protagonist
the
was
child
really
actors
good
and
acting.
stuff. Yeah, the child actors were brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're probably going to make it. As long as they're not damaged in their background, personal lives, then yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of, because you would need therapy. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say you need therapy after that, but
No,
It is
Well,
still,
well,
like,
it is
it's
weird.
gonna
To,
be
like, I
out
can't
there.
imagine a grown up having to direct kids.
well, can you imagine
To
and
do
explain
that.
to the kids the situation as well? Be like, here, right, we're going to do this, but also don't actually do this in real life because you don't want to be like this, do you?
Yeah.
When they actually are at that age, because they're not going to understand.
That's what I mean. Like at that age, when they're acting all this out and it is filming them at these angles,
They're not gonna
It's
un-
like,
Yeah, they're
are
not going to
they-
understand.
This
Are
is
they able to draw that line of like this isn't real, but
where
At the same time, it is out
my
here.
mind sometimes when I was watching, because I was like, how did they pick the people to act in this role? Was
Also-
it based on the acting, or was it based on the dancing and things like that?
Nah,
Because
you would
that was
assume
very.
you'd assume it'd be the kids acting because if it was based on
Hopefully.
fucking
But
dancing,
then-
it looked
Well,
as
we
if
don't
just as
know though,
bad as
because
the
if
people
we
who
saw
dance
how
it.
like emphasized
we-
the dancing was in this.
we know how Hollywood is sometimes, and I'm just kind of like,
Ugh.
the sad thing is the parents have to have signed off on this.
Yeah, that's
because
another
they're
thing that was crossing my mind.
underage.
I was like, how?
The parents
But then again, it's
definitely signed off.
they're acting in a role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
they
hopefully they can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as
You
kids
know-
that are acting in horror movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess, but it's weird.
But I think we can swiftly move off on.
I'd
that.
recommend the movie to people. That's all I'd
I
say.
think
Watch
it's something that
it,
needs to be watched
get a different insight to
in
it.
a group, hopefully not alone, and no.
Yeah,
kids
if your
present.
flatmate
Oh, that's
ever walks,
100% why we decided to do
if your
that.
flatmate's ever walks in on you watching that by yourself, you have some major
You've
explaining
got a
to
lot
do.
of questions to answer because, like, holy shit, that's
Yeah, and don't just sit there and be like, Rob's podcast made me do it.
yeah. Do not give me credits for this because I will isolate you and say that I have no idea who the hell you are. Next topic.
Hey, Christmas is lit. Christmas litmus.
We're going to be hitting up some local celebrities. By local, I mean British. It is bigging up Stormzy and Marcus Rashford. Just to give everyone a sort of background context, sure, people probably know more about what Rashford's been doing. He's been helping out with the kids' school meals. He's been really pumping in a lot of money and sort of realization into that a lot of people can't afford to even feed their kids once a day, even at school, giving them money and whatnot. And he's been doing a lot to help them over coronavirus, doing a lot more than even the MPs themselves, to be honest. And Stormzy's been doing a lot of making everyone just aware of the situation going on in London, making people more humble, making that he's remembering his roots, creating songs, putting a lot of money back into education for the English school system, and just really trying to help kids grow and like start. I think he started his own sort of book publishing company to try and help like educate young kids, especially of that heritage, to be more creative and try and give themselves something. Because he is like, even though he didn't stay in school and whatnot, he is saying like education is really important and it will get you out from wherever you're going.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, what have you guys been hearing recently? What's your thoughts on Stormzy and Rashford?
So I didn't know anything about this really until you started talking about it, Rob.
The Rashford one.
I heard about Marcus Rashford because I saw it, because that was during like coronavirus and stuff. And,
Yeah.
But I didn't know about Stormzy.
The
really
first
much.
one, I remember when he first wrote the open letter, and it was the first thing I saw was a reply from, I hate that woman. Sorry, I can't even say that. Anyway, from that Katie Hopkins woman.
Yeah, why is she even still...
She's scum, man.
Yeah.
Why is she still
and
got platforms?
She was just like, you know, she made, I can't remember exactly what statement was, but she basically just said it should be on the parents, blah, blah, blah. And I loved, because other people would have replied back with like just insults to her, but he kind of replied back, well, if it doesn't help that it's hard to get jobs in certain locations and situations people find themselves in, and you expect all these parents who are struggling to get jobs or struggling to like have a normal daily routine to be able to provide all this when people like yourself make it harder for them to proceed and like be successful in everything they want to do. And it was just little comments like that where I was like, he only just turned what, 20, 21?
Yeah, the guy's still super
And I was
young.
like, for him to be aware, especially for someone, and I don't like the statement where people are like, oh, he didn't finish school. Because school doesn't mean you're smart. School has nothing to do with your intelligence. It just gives you the opportunity to be able to read up on more things and why it didn't broaden your enlightenment.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean like we've seen loads of other people who didn't finish school.
It isn't like the
They're
be all
way
end
more.
all,
Yeah.
Because it's like
But
going to uni. It isn't just like
Marcus Rashford is right in terms of like, if you want a way out, you need to give yourself options of staying in school, which is another thing he was
it's
promoted.
like getting qualifications.
Getting
when you're in
qualification
school
gives
stuff.
you chances to,
Gives you
try
outs.
other things.
Yes.
Which is like what is like quite nice about what he's been doing. But the Stormzy aspect, that I know about, but he was called a racist at first when he started doing all this.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I remember a lot of things because he was trying to really advance sort of black creativeness and artists
And people
books
were
and
like, that's
authors.
racism, blah, blah,
And people
blah.
were like, you need to be giving everyone the same opportunity, not
Then
just
he
black.
responded back,
Yeah.
well, where's that same opportunity for everyone else in the black community? And that kind of escalated into, I think he just went radio silence with it and just kept building.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be a
He
win-win
kind of just
argument.
got to a situation where it was like, I can't win this with the media. I'm just going to keep building what I'm building.
He's kind of just sitting there like all the authors that are already there are all from white communities. Like it's not even equal already. But it's like that's another conversation.
On the note of Katie Hopkins, though, did you guys see when she got her cunt award?
Oh,
Yes, I did.
Oh my days,
Yes,
that
I
was the
did.
best
She
thing.
was so excited as well. I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
It was great.
mate. It was when they just like held up that trophy and stuff, and then just like the letters come up behind her, the photos, everything, because she had no idea.
It was one of those situations where you just kind of like start to feel bad for her
And
halfway through. And then you watch the rest of it. And you're like,
she's
yeah,
a
no, never mind.
fucking
Yeah, because you're just like, she just started making comments such as like, she made some, I'm not going to repeat what she
Super
said.
bad. It's just-
But it was just really, really bad.
Watch the video. I
that
don't
makes
think we
you
want
sick. Like,
to. It just thinks like what goes through
Do you know
your
who I
brain?
feel bad for, right? In her family, her kids. Because people are going to automatically judge them. But we don't know what they're like.
yeah,
Just
And that's one of those things where it's just like, their kids could be like, nah, we hate our mom. But we don't know that.
you know how all those YouTubers are having like boxing fights and stuff. You reckon
Yeah.
like you could convince her to go into one?
I wouldn't
I'd
watch
be
it.
keen.
I don't
I'd-
want to give her any more money.
No, but like Mike Tyson's coming out of retirement.
right. You guys hear?
Right,
you heard
like,
it.
set
Can
up
we
the
just
two
say?
then.
Can we just say we do not
You heard it
promote
here
men
first.
hitting women?
No. I will fight Katie Hopkins.
I don't give a fuck, man. I would not tire of seeing her
I
get
will
punched
fire.
in the
Why
face
is
by
Donald
Iron
Trump
Mike.
playing on my laptop?
I don't know why you're playing Trump. I will put on my gloves and I challenge Katie Hopkins, if you hear this podcast, me and you, 5 rounds in the octagon.
The
Let's
octagon,
go.
you're fucking...
The octagon.
You're
We're
fighting
escalating
at
this.
MMA.
Yes.
You know what?
People, I Digress podcast. Will
I'd
be-
actually watch that just in case Rob gets beaten.
No, you guys can be like the commentators and we'll get some sponsors and I'll take the fight.
I'll
5
be
rounds.
like, was it Joe Rogan that didn't know the difference from his left to his right?
Oh, we don't talk about other podcasts in this
No,
show.
no.
please.
Yeah, who is JR? Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
I
the
don't
fuck-
had that guy.
Who?
I don't know that. You mean Rob?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I am the only podcast that matters.
Anyway, but I would just like to say, would you not like to see Iron Mike Tyson punch her in the face?
I mean, it'd be
I
fun
don't
to
think it'd
watch.
be fun. I don't
It'd be
think-
really
yeah.
fun to watch. I don't think it'd be. Actually, no. I'll have a good feeling for the first second. Then when I see the actual impacts, I don't think I'd like that.
You'd be like,
Be like, oh damn!
somebody get a stretcher.
Yeah, maybe just the one stand. Maybe
Yeah.
just the
Yeah,
one.
just one.
But
punch.
like, mate,
Lights out.
she is just the worst of
Speaking-
people, isn't she?
Speaking of people in power, do you know there's an MP that actually attacked Marcus Rashford on Twitter?
I saw that as well.
Just been like, all this stuff that you're talking about, how about putting some context into it and just asking Marcus Rashford where his father is? And just be like,
You know what? We'll make it a fatal 4-way. Bring him in, Kay Hopkins, you and Mike Tyson. Tag team. Tag team fight.
Can I be on Mike Tyson's team?
You can indeed.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine
It's a
then.
tag team.
Yeah.
Tag team fight.
I'll take on Katie Hopkins.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that makes sense.
Speaking of Stormzy, though, like while we go back to that,
Quickly, put on the Insta. If you think that you want to see that fight, hit us up and follow My Digress on Instagram.
noise.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, but back to Stormzy. So, seems Stormzy is really winning this year. I mean, we thought it's going to be the downfall for him once he left Gemma Maya. What a beautiful woman. But anyway, so Stormzy's music video is going to be in the Legion
Maya
game.
Jama. Jama Maya. What's
Gemma
her name?
Maya, yeah, I called her Maya.
Maya-
I'm going by sports terms. You know, last name first.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Maya Jama.
Gemma Maya?
Mate, you
Yeah,
guys
Maya
are
is
speaking in
Maya.
tongues right now.
Basically,
Jama.
Stormzy's ex.
Radio 1 DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Stormzy's real name?
Mr. Stormzy. John Stormzy?
Yeah, no, my silly.
His actual name is Oluwafemi Babatunde.
Eh?
I'm joking. That's
Bro,
his
did you
name.
see- you
Every
know,
Nigerian that heard this just laughed their head
You
off.
know,
there.
after Stormzy's Glasgow gig, you know, where it had everybody chanting like "fuck Boris."
Yeah.
Like somebody asked Boris Johnson about it, and he was like, I'd like to think Mr. Stormzy did a terrific idea. But they were chanting back Boris. Is that it? Blah blah. Like I think like he was in on it. Boris
Yeah.
was to his credit, but
Oh,
I was
my
just.
days.
I just love the fact as well. He was like,
Nah, fuck
Mr.
Boris.
Stormzy.
I don't think we need to be sugarcoating
But-
that one.
What I was trying to say is the man's been doing all. He just had his new music video that was all animated, which is quite cool.
What was it called again?
Heroes, superheroes,
Superheroes.
and he's just elevated one more step. So his music video, he's gonna have an actual in-game concert in the Watchdog Legions game when it comes out.
I was about to talk about this. I saw a thing the other day. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was getting like his face scanned and everything. There's like a.
Which is pretty cool.
I think it's DLC for the new Watch
Yeah.
Dogs game.
Damn it, why can't he put
the
it
game's
on
not even
Fortnite?
out.
Nah.
How's there a DLC already when
Travis
the game's
Scott.
not out?
Put it on Fortnite.
No.
Travis Scott did it, yeah.
Mate, Travis
I mean,
Scott's
not
doing so
everyone
well.
can be Travis Scott. I mean, the guy's got McDonald's now.
Did you know? Right here, see if you can get that. See if you can guess this. If you know it, don't answer if somebody else doesn't. But who was the? So basically,
So you're
Mc-
saying basically,
in the last-
please don't answer, wait for Rob.
No, one of you guys might know. In the last like 30 years or something, or I think maybe it's just ever. Like McDonald's have only had a meal named after one other celebrity. Can you guess who it would be?
Well, I have no idea.
It's Travis Scott and this other person. And I'll give you a clue.
A
It was
meal?
in the 90s.
I
So
feel
that's
like-
what Travis
was
Scott's
it
got
MC
right.
Hammer.
No, so Travis Scott, just now, Rob, if you haven't seen it in America, has got this like Travis Scott meal deal, right? And it's all branded to him, and it's like a Sprite, I think it's like a double quarter pounder with lettuce and tomato or something on it, and like a large fries, right? And it's called like the Travis Scott meal. And this is the first deal that McDonald's have done with a celebrity in
Michael
well,
Jordan?
since
Nah.
yes.
Was it Jordan?
It was
Did
Michael
have a-
Jordan.
Was that? Yeah, because I remember seeing the adverts with him and Bird, so I just had
Yeah.
maybe like...
So think about how huge Michael Jordan was, right? And how
Yeah.
it still is the legacy.
Also-
to me, Travis Scott is nowhere near that.
No.
You'd be surprised.
In the States, he just
No,
seems
you
huge
like.
as well.
My brother speaks about Travis
But
Scott
that's
like he's a
Fortnite.
god. No. This is before Fortnite. Like kids, you guys forget like we're in a different age group now.
Yeah,
Like
but...
Travis Scott is like the Kanye of their generation. Like Travis Scott to them is like the best producer in the world, best artist, has the most futuristic sounds, which I agree to. Like the guy's drums and sounds are incredible.
I mean,
But,
he's like the master
to younger
of
kids,
autotune, but-
to younger kids, Travis Scott is like up there.
Okay.
I mean, I do like Goosebumps, but I never thought he was that.
Oh no, according to the younger kids, they love his stuff.
Fair enough.
Like he's one of those like him, XX Tentacion, and Juice World. RIP to those two. But yeah, those guys were like the trendsetters for
Say again?
that generation.
How do you pronounce it?
XX Tentacion.
Okay. No, I just like to pronounce it really
Yeah,
jarring.
you say
way.
XXX tentacles.
No, I go triple X Tentacion.
God. Rip.
I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, back to what we're saying about the brand deals and stuff. Don't you guys think it's weird how now it's acceptable, whereas before, if a celebrity did that, they were considered a sellout?
What do you mean if they like?
If they like sold a
Sold out to
figure or
Fortnite.
like they
Yeah.
signed a big deal with like a huge corporation, they're like, oh my god, you're a sellout. You sold yourself. You sold your content.
That was like OG, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Kanye's got his deal with Gap.
Hey, props to the man. He used to work there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He used to work
That's
in Gap.
cool.
Yeah, he used to work in Gap. That's why he's so fashion headed. Like he worked in loads of
I
retail.
mean, I don't know if Gap's a fashion leader, but
I mean, let's be honest. Gap in their heyday used to be a big name.
You know, I've heard that too, but I mean, we're all too young to actually.
I used to shop at Gap when I was younger. So
Yeah?
say what you want.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Gap had a little fun acronym. What was it?
I don't know.
Don't know, Rob. Tell us.
I don't know. I can't
It's
remember.
definitely not wet. It's not. It's definitely not wet. Pussy.
It's not what I was supposed to be.
Oh God.
It was something worse.
I would shop at WAP.
It's way worse.
I can't believe you just ignored what he just said.
No, yeah, you said he'd shop at WAP.
Yeah.
How are you not reacting to that? That's like the one hallelujah he's giving you all night.
What?
Park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh my
I'm not
god!
I was never lyrically blessed, but I'm gonna be dropping a rap album.
Did
soon.
you understand the part when she says she wants that thing to touch the low dingling ding ding
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
back
yeah.
of her throat?
Yeah,
Why
I
that's called
did-
your uvula.
I
She
did.
she didn't know.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry. Kodak Black didn't know because apparently he wrote the song.
I definitely understood.
Is that? Did you find? Yeah, I remember you talking about a ghostwriter sound. Is it Kodak
yeah.
Black?
Yeah, apparently he's credited on the song. I don't know if you wrote that exact
Ah,
lyric,
Amazing.
but that's
It's
amazing.
lit.
That's Travis Scott.
But he's not got nothing on.
This me and you so disappointed there. He's just there. We're like, that's Travis Scott. Bro.
should I just leave?
Yeah, that'd probably be good.
I was gonna say it's got nothing on Jake Paul though. Jake Paul's new song.
Chris Mas is lit.
I've not heard it.
Lit. Mash.
I just remember you showing me
think
that
that
in
might-
like 2016.
Should we make that the soundbite?
Yeah,
He'll probably
that's it.
sue you
That's the
guys
one
and take
to
all
do.
your money. Even
Nah,
though you know.
That's
To be
the
honest,
one.
he will try and copyright me, but I'm like, nah. It's only like
No,
3
man, you get a little
seconds.
client, yeah, a little sound, but yeah, no, mate, I think
Yeah.
that used to be it. Christmas is lit.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh fuck me.
It's gonna be so bad. They're gonna be like, why are they such Jake Paul fans?
Have you thought ahead to what you're gonna do for like a Christmas episode?
I'm not. I mean, depends where we all, who is going to be on, where we all are during Christmas. If we're still alive,
You can
fires might wipe
pre-record
us
it.
out.
We can pretend
Oh,
and
fine.
pre-record it.
Oh yeah,
do
just like,
something crazy.
it's Christmas.
Rob
Yeah.
can drop his freestyle that he's been holding back all this time.
And then we look outside and like the hell demons have not managed to kill us today. So
It's fucking 20 to 11, boys.
yeah, there's
So
a
it
clock
is.
in the corner.
Right.
Anyway, you can move that section there.
Right, boys.
Hey, Christmas is lit. Christmas lit. Miss. It's lit. It's lit.
Next topic. It's your boy Hafiz. It's his segment.
This is not really a segment. This is just I just wanted to laugh at these two kids because I can respect why they did it. But at the same time, I'm gonna put you guys in there. Actually, that works really well. You could be Mason Greenwood because you know you're black.
Wow.
You're gonna be Foden.
Okay.
Because he's
Neil's black.
ginger.
Look, guys, look.
He's a black ginger, curling weights, kicks dogs.
Right,
Man,
okay,
this
okay,
guy,
okay.
he's gonna be like the next what's her face from Game of Thrones.
Ah yeah.
He's gonna have about 30 fucking titles.
Hey, you say that. There's what was her name? The actress that played it was like a character in Solo. So and like she plays
I haven't seen Solo. So.
well she plays anyway this like bounty hunter leader, and she's
Yeah.
like mixed race and ginger. And I remember watching it being like, she's pretty. I just remember that thinking just on the top of that,
You feel proud?
on the top of like
You feel
being
proud 'cause
ginger
you
and
find
like,
coloured
on, like,
people
being
attractive?
ginger and coloured. I was like, mate, look at that, ginger as well. Just
Right.
like-
Back to the topic here.
I
Right?
just
so,
thought I'd say, it just came
So
ahead.
say-
You guys talking about fuck? You know what? Screw you guys.
So say you guys were finally getting one of like the biggest chances. Well, I don't know if this is the first time they play for England. They probably play for the youth teams, but say you're traveling with the squad, the English squad, to go play somewhere in Iceland, and Neil's married, I think he has a kid. I'm not sure, right? But you see two beautiful Icelandic ladies.
Not for the first time.
And then they're like, "Oh, you're
'Cause we play
hot,"
for England.
and you
Of
guys
course.
reply, but you realize you're about to break quarantine rules.
Wouldn't do.
You're also about to cheat. Rob's
cheat.
fine in this situation because he's just young. So what's the game here?
Shorty, what that thing do?
I'm gonna go home, open my laptop, put on Go Anime, watch some One Piece, and put on my chastity belt.
Okay, so that's what you would do.
Chastity. Okay.
I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna try and
Don't
move
worry
on from
about
it. So that's what.
Chaplaincy on.
Chastity?
Yeah, that's the one. I'm gonna edit it out so it sounds like I said
Just
it.
laugh at T. I just saw he's laughing at titty. So that's it.
Okay.
Chastity belt.
So basically, that's what Rob said. That's what I'd expect them to do. But in reality,
They did not, is
They
this-
did not. They risked it all just to get some. And oh, did they get some?
Yeah,
Mate,
Sky News, BBC,
Oh.
some Arabian news
Broadcasting
caster,
outlet.
Yeah,
Oh,
speaking
my
about
God.
them being dropped from the squad, being sent back to England. To be
Mate.
fair, they probably. I'm not even mad. They got sent back home to rest.
so a very similar thing happened recently in the NBA bubble.
I was going to speak about this as well.
Dan Wellhouse, a player for the Houston Rockets, he was basically caught having a
W, by the way.
something like
Unauthorized.
that's the word, an
unauthorized
unauthorized
inspection.
unauthorized person
Out the
in his room,
bubble.
and it was like
Oh, do you not know who it was?
no, it was like one of the female COVID testers.
Yeah, it was
from
one of the
bubble,
COVID
right?
testers.
Are you kidding me?
Mate,
We're gonna be
right?
testing these boys, not fucking them.
So anyway, right? So he had her back, and then they got found out, and he's basically got the league basically were like, "Nah, you broke the rules, you're gone." So the Rockets are out anyway. They lost him for like the last two games, but I just think it's really funny that the Rockets literally had a guy who was down as like DNP horny. Like that's the
Yeah.
reason he couldn't play.
But
Straight
it's
up.
hilarious though. Like, what W for the guy? Like, he managed to do what? He's not even the 5th best player in the team. He's like number 14, and he managed to bag the girl before the rest of the best players. I mean, they had
That's
James
because
Harden.
they care about the game.
And they had James
my
Harden,
God.
Westbrook, and they could. Tyson Chandler's 7'2", beautiful man, couldn't do anything.
Do you know what's mad though? She was probably going with him thinking they're going to be balling in the playoffs. Yeah, no.
Bounced
Yeah,
by
no,
LeBron
they,
James.
they got bounced off. But
Bounced by
yeah.
LeBron
The
James in
king,
the next game.
LeBron James.
It just shows you though, like when men are horny, we just
We act
we
out
we,
character.
we,
don't think
we,
right.
we don't think clearly.
We switch to the second brain.
We don't click. Like we just at that moment it's just like
The first,
that's it.
the first
Sorry, what was
brain.
that?
No, I'm not doing that again.
Gonna add that.
No, you get
amplify it,
yeah,
reverb.
yeah. Put it again.
But yeah, that's just the whole story to Mason Greenwood and Bill Foden. Just them being kids. Foden's kind of in trouble because he has a wife and stuff, and
Yeah, don't be an idiot.
there's no way to deal with that one, especially
Why'd you throw
when
away?
there's videos of the girls, showing not everything, but showing
Yeah,
stuff
but
online.
shown enough to be like,
Yeah,
we
enough
have,
to be like it happened.
We have the sauce. We've
Yeah.
got you by the vice grip.
So yeah, that was just that. Just a little quick laugh, something to laugh
That's
about,
pretty good,
you know.
though. But I mean, talking about the basketball, we can have a little couple of minutes on that because Lakers are through. LeBron is gonna take the playoffs.
Stu haven't watched a Laker game since LeBron became a Laker fan,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
'cause you're just-
a Laker fan.
You're a
Just
hater.
butthurt about it.
You just hate LeBron. I think it's going to be Lakers against Clips in the conference finals, and I think Lakers will take it.
So yeah, Clips are playing the
It
Nuggets
depends.
in Game 7.
It depends on how the
probably
King performs.
I think they,
Tuesday. Well, you see, Lakers Clips is going to happen, I think. Anyway,
I think it's
although
gonna be Lakers.
some people are
The
saying
King
Nuggets.
needs to drop at least 15 points first.
all right. Well, so
He's
who's your
more
king?
than
Who's your king?
Alex Caruso. Who else?
Yes, the bald mamba.
Is
You've
this your
seen
king?
him blocking people, literally playing like LeBron, chase down blocks off the backboard.
LeBron's been playing like something else, though. You have to give the man some
That's because
credit.
he's been learning from the King. When you have the King on your team,
Mate,
you
put
perform.
Put some respect on Jimmy Butler's name. Right?
Jimmy Butler, though.
Jimmy Butler has taken
be
the
fair,
heat from
that
fucking
team
like
is
fifth
scary.
seed to the Eastern Conference
so-
Final, beating the Bucks. What was it, 4-1?
Yeah.
beat the Bucks
Sweep.
4-1.
That's something you have to
beating
respect, though.
The soon-to-be two-time reigning MVP,
MVP.
and DPOY.
Yeah.
So
Legit.
Put
Do you want to
respect in Jimmy Butler's
explain what DPOY means to people?
Defensive Player of the Year.
There you go. Just in case they didn't know.
name.
But
Anyway.
yeah, no, he's done well because that team, like, not full of superstars, but they're just a complete
Full of
team.
heroes.
They're just a
Fucking
complete team.
Tyler
Who
Hero.
do
man.
seem none of them seem horny at all because they're very focused.
Oh, they're
They're very
No,
focused.
let's think about Jimmy Butler as well, right? He's he's mental. Also, apparently he's got his own coffee stand in the bubble, right?
Yeah.
And he's charging $20 for a coffee.
That's a
100%.
businessman
I love
right
it,
there.
Well, that's the thing. So he was interviewed, and because players can now get like family to come visit,
Yeah.
so naturally they all brought significant others. And
No,
kids.
significant others, yeah.
Exactly.
Not
Right. Not Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's like, nah, this is a business trip. he's a fucking legend.
Oh, I love it.
Do you know, I can actually imagine him walking up and down the hotel lobby rooms with all his teammates, just baseball, like, anybody come out of those rooms?
Yeah.
I'm gonna break your
Yeah,
legs.
to be fair though, could you imagine the amount of people that have been snitching all left and right in that bubble?
Man.
Yeah, just
They're gonna be
constantly
like,
just be
oh,
like,
oh, I saw him fraternizing with someone outside.
The amount of memes I saw when it's like LeBron just keeping an eye out just for like getting rid of the best players in teams and snitching.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, can you imagine just being like, oh man, like, or just getting one of their phones, chucking it outside the bubble, and be like, go and get it then. just so they'd miss like 3 games of the playoffs.
Oh,
Like,
Imagine
God.
LeBron just doing that to Kawhi and be like, what's up?
Yeah, just go get
LeBron
it.
would do that as well.
Yeah,
I believe he'd do that. I believe he would. LeBron's a
good
winner.
guy.
I think he
He's
would
a
do
good
He's
that.
hungry. He's hungry for
No,
another
sorry.
ring.
Kobe would do that.
Kobe would 100%
Kobe would
do that.
100% do
Kobe wants
He
to
would
win
be
more than
like-
anything else.
Yeah.
He would have thrown everyone's phones and clothes and be like, what's
Kobe, you know
up?
what Kobe would have done? Kobe would have taken everybody on his team's phones, thrown them away, and been like, now you can't be tempted.
I
Yeah.
am your family now.
Yeah, like the game is all.
Nah,
you
knowing
think
Kobe
is
would
like,
probably
okay,
get everyone a shared room.
yeah, and just be like,
Like-
I'm gonna watch each of y'all.
Dude, that Mamba mentality is what I miss.
Oh, rest in peace, Kobe. I
R.I.P.
saw a video
Yeah,
today of him
man.
just like, you know the video when it was Swaggy P, Jordan Clarkson, not Jordan
D'Angelo
Clarkson.
Russell.
No, remember when Lakers broke their 8-game losing streak? And Swaggy P and all of them were like celebrating hard in front of the press.
Yeah.
And it was Kobe and Jimmy Kimmel show, just sitting there, just looking absolutely disappointed.
What is
Like,
going on?
just seeing that video just made me go, I miss that man. Wrestling. I never met him, but you know,
I wish
Still.
Kobe
he
was
did
like a
need
father
to.
figure to a
He,
lot of
was-
people.
he
Yeah.
did just impact a lot of lives.
Yeah.
The Black Mamba, baby.
This is my 24th year, so it is Mamba mentality year.
I'm looking forward to my 24, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because because when I turn 24, it means I've only got a month and a half left of 2020.
Yeah, like it's gonna be over. 2021 is gonna be like Apocalypse 2.0.
Here, let's just hope 2021 actually like shows.
I mean, what's been happening? Oregon's on fire. What else has been happening in September?
Right. I actually think Oregon seems to be okay for now. It's like California. It's like the Bay Area of like San Francisco that's on fire. What is your obsession with
I
the
don't know
state
what
of
you mean.
Oregon?
It's just a great place, nice trees.
Nah, to be fair, Portland and Oregon might be. I'm actually not sure because it's all the West Coast. But yeah,
Show that.
Right. On that note,
Hey, Christmas is lit. Christmas lit. Miss. It's lit. It's lit.
it's your favorite time of the segment. It's your favorite time of the podcast. It's Neil's segment.
here we go. Right, cue the music, Rob. So, I was thinking today when you and I were up on that hill, right, and we were talking about like unwritten rules of things. Okay, so unwritten rules are, for example, when we were hill walking today, anybody you walk past when you're up a hill, you're just like, morning, or you just say hello. Everybody's just super nice on a hill, right? It's like an unwritten rule, and I was almost getting offended when people were walking past me and not, right? And it's the same as the kind of thing where if you are going to cross the road, and then you're kind of maybe, you know, you just wait to go, and then a car's like, you know, slows down and just
Yeah.
waves you over. You do that kind of like half run, half walk, wiggle.
Yeah.
And kind of then, like, as soon as you reach the other side, you just, like, you know, you kind of stretch your back up a little bit, and you're like, made it. Or, like, you know, somebody's holding
Just
the door
to
open.
show them, yeah.
Yeah, but somebody's holding the door open, you do the same kind of half wiggly run where you're actually going no faster.
Just to make it seem like you're putting a bit of effort.
Yeah, like these unwritten rules that you just kind of have to follow. You know? So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what other ones of these are there? And also, how fucking stupid are some of them? For example, that wee half run you do, like it makes you look like you've shit yourself. So, like, why do you do it? You don't go any faster. I know you're trying to show that you're trying to make an effort, but like, I suppose if you don't and you just walk straight across the road, then it looks like you're just being a cunt. Like if they've just slowed
look at
down,
the car and
yeah,
just be like-
just stare the car out and just walk at your normal pace. I suppose.
I
But
bet
like,
that's just what French people do. They just like
what
look
is
at you, like,
You're so against the
like,
French.
and they just
You
walk
gotta
off.
watch, man. You can't afford to lose an audience, and you just.
Mate,
watch.
I'm
You
not
barely
even-
had it.
Yeah, I know.
I've not even tapped the French audience yet, so like,
Yeah, well, they're not. Well, you're not gonna get any of them after
I
that.
don't know. I mean, if I bring on a Frenchie, I bet. But no, that is a good point. I don't know what other unwritten rules do we have.
I mean, to be fair though, I remember when I went on a walk with you guys was like, hi, and I was just like,
It's just what you do. I don't know. Maybe it's a British thing.
No, I think it is just a hiking etiquette. It's like you always just have to be super friendly on hikes.
I was just kind of like, don't speak to me.
I don't
Don't
know.
speak to me. I'll do my own shit.
Do you know
on
what
me.
it could be? When you're getting a haircut, you just don't look your barbers in the eyes. Like, do you know when you're getting like
yeah,
maybe
dude. Show that man love and passion.
or like it's a dentist.
Look at his eye and not lose contact.
Like if you're at a dentist or you're blind like me and you go to the optometrist, you just don't when they're
Nah,
scanning you just
mate.
don't look them in the eye.
mate. You know what it is? It's when if you go to your barber, right? And I think actually I've got a good relationship with mine now, but for many years, he could have like at the very end, he could have held up that mirror behind me and be like, "Is that okay?" And he could like. As like I've seen things before being like the barber could literally have shaved a bobby into the back of my head and I would still be like I've seen that with people I'm like you would still be like yeah it looks great mate like you just would
Yeah.
never like you could literally do the worst job ever and you'd be like spot on.
I think that's a British thing though. I think it's just like we're
It's just
too
being
polite.
well,
polite.
that's something I've
Too
come to
polite
know.
to-
So like, especially if it's like a barber you go to all the time because you're like, I had an off day.
Yeah.
That's fine. Because if it's someone new though, it's kind of like,
You're like,
it's
don't-
fine.
don't
You
touch
just
me.
never come back.
Yeah.
Never touch me
Yeah.
again.
I actually made a barber shave my whole hair off once because he just did such a bad. Literally,
Oh, no,
my
okay.
hairline's where it is right now, and it's grown back, pushed it all the way there. So my head was like that.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what
Oh.
Hafiz looks like, he's like a LeBron 2.0. You just try to
I'm like six,
try to like
7.
slap that in. He's got
I'm like
the
the tallest in the
headband.
room.
He's trying
Yeah.
to get that headband stretched right back. You got a 6 head going.
Equally as athletic as LeBron, but I just let him shine because two people you can't have two kings at the same time.
Skipping urinals, that's another one.
Skipping what?
No, that's
Not
a
just
good point.
not just for coronavirus, but like if you're gonna
Leaving a
if you're gonna
gap.
pee, you always leave a gap.
Yeah, no, thank you. A guy literally came really close to me once while I was peeing, and I was like looking at him like, what are you doing?
Like we don't need to
Like,
speak about
no.
this. You're too close.
But there's no rule.
it's just
But they should
weird.
just know.
It's just
Yeah.
like don't be that close to me when I'm peeing, man. I
Especially
don't know.
especially those urinals that's not even like divided, just the
Or
big
the big
ones.
trough kind of
Because
thing.
if you have too many people bunched up, you just splash and pee on each other.
Yeah, it's like I don't want your pee on my trousers.
Like my pee's enough.
Yeah, no, Hafiz, you're right. Your pee is enough.
You're a king.
Oh my god.
God, oh, what is another one? But I would say like maybe when you're leaving someone's place, you never just say right, I'm going now. It's more of a
It's
look
like
at that time.
You guys ever been in that situation where like you're with someone and let me change the story. You're with someone and you've watched a movie and stuff like that, and it's like
Well,
time
you're
to
like,
leave, and you're
right.
just like, okay,
Slap the thighs.
and they're like, oh, you're hungry. I'm like, yeah, sure. What have you got? And that prolongs into like 2 hours later. You're still trying to leave, and this point you're just like, I'm just gonna check how much the price of Uber is because later on it might be really
you don't-
expensive.
and if there's a surge,
yeah.
you maybe just hang around
It's
a
cheap
little bit
now.
longer.
Let me just-
see if it goes down.
Yeah. Rob, why are your nipples short?
What's up, man?
They're so big.
Free the nipple. Wow, way to.
Yeah, whoa, man.
There goes my entire self-esteem.
Man, your kids are gonna love you.
Hashtag
God.
hashtag free Rob's nipples.
Dude, this is not Rob Rose 4.0.
Not yet.
Christ.
Anyway,
Anyway, or as the cultured people, but I digress.
Oh, I thought you were finishing the show there.
that's what I thought as well.
I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's that then.
No. That is like instead of saying anyway, like the posh version is like, but I digress.
That's the name of the show.
Oh my gosh! Plugs everywhere. No, but what is another? Yeah, it's like when someone's got the last, say, slice of pizza on the middle of the table.
You just have to. Like, oh, does
You
anyone
have to ask.
It's like you can either go for the kind of slightly better one. You'd be like, oh, does anyone mind if I?
You guys have not shared food with my brother.
But that's the thing. No, but you would say this.
You always
like,
gotta be
mind if
like,
You have to be like,
Does
does anyone
anyone
mind if I have this last slice? Which really means I'm going to have this last slice. I'm just being
You
polite.
kind of expect everyone to say
So what
no.
happens when someone says yeah?
That's
you're like, oh,
part.
of course. You're like, oh, no, you have it. But really, you're like, you fucking bastard.
It's kind of like when you've got the last chewing gum or the last anything.
Oh, don't speak to
You're
me
just
about
like,
that's me all the time at work.
You want
No,
some?
literally one person will be like, "Oh, can I get chewing gum?" And you give it to them, and everyone and their mum shows up like,
They smell
"Oh, can I
blood.
get some?"
They smell blood, man.
And,
I
like,
swear.
hands out, just sort of
Like,
like,
"Oh, can I
yeah.
get some? Can I get some?" Next
Oh,
you know,
like-
you ran out.
It's like
You've got, like,
zombies, man. As
3.
soon as like one of them hears it, they all just come rushing.
Like, chewing gum, chewing gum. And you're like, Jesus. I think the worst is when you get up. I think it's more a British thing, and you're just like, oh, does anyone want tea? And then 6 people are like, yeah, I'll
You're
have
like,
some.
fuck.
I had that
You're like,
once.
ugh. And then everyone's like, yeah, I'll have mine with milk. I'll have fats. I'll have semi-skimmed. Oh, I'll have 1 sugar, 2 sugars of brown, 3 sweeteners.
See, this is why I love my personality. I just go Jorgen Americanos, black coffee.
It's not even tea.
And that's it. Exactly.
You're having an Americano.
Exactly.
What?
Also, it's the kind of thing as well. Like if you're in somewhere or if you're in your house and you have to get, you live with other people and you're just like, oh, can you put the kettle on? That doesn't mean just put the kettle on. That means go and then make tea.
Yeah, fill it with water, get the bags out. You know the skill. But do you ever just like make tea bad once so you don't have to do it again?
No.
No. So
I feel like that.
I'm not saying this on air.
I feel like I'd be tried for treason.
Nah,
Like-
I can't say what I was about to say on air because no.
No, sometimes I'm like, yeah.
Is this if he's gonna be like, I'd be like, I don't even like tea.
No.
No,
I would just get fired.
If
from
you
my-
say-
Okay.
Fish is the kind of guy that pours the milk first, then the tea bag, then the hot water.
And then microwaves.
How
it.
else, how else are you meant to make it?
Bro, see that woman
Oh
online,
my
the
God.
American that was like, you put in
Oh
your
my
milk and then the
God.
tea bags and then your water and then you put it in the microwave. I was like,
I actually felt like heart attacks.
cries in British.
I just felt like everything in my body was just like, I want to slap this person.
I'm like, we need to colonize again.
Oh my god! Whoa! So did you guys swap roles today? What's going
Yeah, I
on?
don't know what's. I think it's the gin, or maybe it's the lighting. I've changed up the place. It's looking
Oh
a
my
bit
god, that's
fancier now.
amazing.
Do you know if we actually had a video set up? I think this would actually
Yeah, people can
swag.
see my beautiful socks and my sitting position right now.
People see my big gelatinous nipples. Yeah,
Gelatinous nipples.
is that,
It's
is
a
that
good
what you
band
want?
name.
Is
Nah.
that what you want?
Rob, all I'm
Hey.
gonna say to you when you have your first kid and they're tiny, just make sure they don't see those because they would literally reach.
Nobody else thinking that's a great band name. Gelatinous nipples.
No,
It's probably taken.
Gamer tag.
this gives me PTSD.
Why?
For all the gelatinous nipples that you've seen?
Well, were people making fun of your nipples?
I would never.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to close up the podcast. We're not on that segment of insecurities yet.
Oh
I
my
think that's
God.
maybe like next week or a couple of weeks or never type thing.
Oh, we're gonna get there or something.
No,
it's
someone,
gonna happen.
Someone on the Instagram wants us to talk about insecurities, and I have saved the topic. I just don't know where is appropriate or if I want to. I think it's just giving people fuel to fire at me. I already get enough abuse of emails. I don't need them to be hitting it where it hurts.
It's all
Don't
love.
worry about it, man. Yeah, maybe.
It's all
not.
love. We wouldn't say we say at least we say it to your face.
Yeah,
We don't say it behind you.
When it's close friends, I get it, but when some stranger just
Oh, I hate that. So it's like when you go out in a pub and you're a group of like your friends, and there's that one new guy that shows up, and your friends are making joke, and the new guys make joke. You're like,
You don't get, you don't get to do that.
you don't know me like that.
Now, to be fair, I'm just picturing Rob getting emails in later and being like, you know Kevin Hart's bit where he's like talking to his teacher? He's like, long titty, no nipple having ass bitch.
God.
Long neck dripping down your back, fat ass bitch.
Good luck, Rob.
Right, yeah, well, I've thrown myself. I might as well just embrace that then. And a lot of people are just gonna be like, "Oh, that's nothing to be insecure about." But I'm like, you don't know. They just you don't get to choose. It just shit makes you feel insecure, and you can't get that out of your head, you know. But it's what it is.
Hey Rob, you're beautiful, man. Don't worry about it.
Shut up, you don't mean
Of course I do.
Damn.
it. Right,
Right.
closing notes.
Hey, Christmas is lit. Christmas lit. Miss. It's lit. It's lit.
Thank you for having us, bro. Excuse me.
No, no.
I don't even know what I was trying
Has
to
anyone
say.
got anything else they want to add, or should we?
All I could say is for all you people that are still isolating, like, because you
Oh,
have to isolate for certain reasons. If you just came back from abroad and you're feeling like shit because you just had all the fun in the world and now you're isolating, It's fine. You had your fun.
I was just say this little.
I thought it was gonna be you being like, stay strong, man. Like, you can do this, push through. No, it's just fuck you, I'm jealous. That's literally where you went with that.
Well, not really, but kinda.
You're like, you've had your fun. Like, what?
But on a serious note, though, like, do stay strong. You know, it's only 2 weeks. That'll fly by. Unless we go back into quarantine, then unlucky.
Guys,
You've got a season and a half of I Digress to listen to.
To be honest, it's gonna be great. But I was actually thinking, why have they made it such an emphatic name? Like they're gonna post like some sort of film about it, like The Rule of Six. I'm like, why are they so? Yeah, they're like,
it's
the
fine.
Rule of
COVID's
Six.
only gonna wait till Monday before it affects more people.
Yeah,
Which is nice of it.
Yeah.
Why is it suddenly become a?
Oh,
movie
sorry. You
title?
also need to be wearing a school uniform, and you're fine.
Oh, yeah, then it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
I
it
still
doesn't
understand.
affect you.
The Rule of Six. All right. I mean, I can barely fit 4 people in this room. Never mind 6.
It's a good job we're not doing this podcast tomorrow. It'll be illegal.
What do you mean? We're all in the same household.
Yep. He's my twin.
We're all related. I don't know. They don't know.
On that note,
I love how none of you
Anywho.
took what I said as like the dumbest thing. I said he's my twin. Like that
No.
has anything to do with
no,
households.
looks very to me.
Well, there you go, guys. It's been one hell of an episode. We actually threw this up pretty last minute, and I think we pretty nailed that. I think we're doing a pretty good
Yeah,
job.
did a
today.
good job.
We've had a really long day. We've been tired. We've been doing a lot of stuff, trying to enjoy the sun. But let me hit us up on the Instagram at My Digress. Let us know what you think, what you want. We're gonna pop up a few polls, pictures up there, and just keep you up to date with everything that's going on. Help the Patreon. You'll see it in the link tree. I know it might be expensive to get £3 a month, but trust, it does go to a lot in this. Final words, guys?
Embrace the day, people.
We'll look out for your siblings and take care of you guys selves and have fun.
And just like that, I digress.
So, yeah.